Let's talk about Nexo, which is quickly becoming one of my favorite crypto exchange these days. I used to be a big lover of crypto.com, which I still am, but with their recent changes to their staking program, I've been looking for alternatives that give me the highest rewards on my crypto holdings. And that's when I came across Nexo, which is an up and coming exchange that's quickly growing and adding a lot of users. They've been trading for quite a number of years. They're registered in the UK and in Europe now, and they're really gaining trust. There haven't been any leakages or any problems so far, touch wood. They have military grade protection of all the crypto holdings, majority of that obviously in cold storage. So really they're doing great things, and it's one of the best exchanges for getting the lowest fee whenever you buy your coins from the exchange. Right, so to download the app is very simple. You just go to your Apple Store or Google Store, you pop in Nexo, and it should come up over here. As you can see, Nexo app, that's how it looks. And yeah, pretty straightforward. You just download it to your phone. The great thing here is they also have a desktop version, so if you prefer using your computer for trading, etc., you can do that as well, and not a problem at all. So basically they can do the same thing. I just prefer to do it on the go on my phone. You do the usual KYC process. It took me literally less than 5 minutes to sign up, and within a matter of minutes I was approved, and that was a really smooth process. If you want to sign up to Nexo, then please use the link in the description below, and both of us will get $25 in Bitcoin. With this, let's hop over into the app. As you can see over here, my Nexo wallet is right next to my interactive brokers and Go and Grow account. So my favorite apps in one line basically. So it's called Nexo Wallet. So once we pop it over here, great thing again is Face ID protected, and I always recommend you enable Face ID or Touch ID, whatever you have, to add that extra layer of security to your account. So this is basically what you see when you open the app, and you're going to be greeted by your portfolio balance and the sort of dashboard overview what you have. So you have the portfolio balance over here, which you can see your total holdings. One thing to mention here, everything is denominated in dollars. So at this stage, sadly, you can't change it to any other currency. You can though deposit other currency, but you can't change the display amount, what it is. So it's just, you know, something to get used to. Obviously, when you pay it out, you pay yourself out in any currency you want. And the deposit in most currencies is just being displayed in dollars. So at first it took me a moment to get used to, but that's really the only downside at this stage. And they said they're working on obviously changing that to other currencies in the near future. You can basically also hide your account if you want to just show someone the app. But obviously we are all about transparency here. So that's the amount I'm having right now. As I said, I just started recently using the app. I will definitely migrate some of my funds from crypto.com into the app, because now with the staking rewards being so low, I definitely want to have more of my funds at a higher yielding platform such as Nexo. So from here, very straightforward, the things you can do. Obviously, first and foremost, you can add funds, right? This is the first time using it. Probably you won't have any funds in there. So you can do a few things. You can use, for example, your credit or debit card, which please don't do that. That's always a very expensive thing to do. But obviously you can choose what you want to buy. Let's say Bitcoin. Let's say you want to buy $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. And you see here, you're going to pay $14 in fees just by using your debit or credit card. So please don't do this, because that's gonna get very expensive over time. So another thing you can obviously do is bank transfer. So that's what I always do. They're obviously based in the UK, but they also have a European bank account. So let's say for me, I pay in euros. So it will take 1 to 3 days. That's another little downside that currently takes a little bit long for me. So sometimes I've been wanting myself to buy when there was a dip. So I transferred from my bank account to Nexo to immediately buy the dip. And sadly it took, I think, 2 days to arrive, which is quite long, I must say. But funnily enough, the Bitcoin price dropped even further. So actually, I got a much better deal by waiting 2 more days. But yeah, I wish they would improve this a little bit more. They said, again, they're working on this. But yeah, just to keep that in mind. So here, let's say you want to pay in euro. You can see here all the things. Again, it says quite clearly what it is. At this stage, they have a top-up minimum of 1,000 euros. Even though I did once transfer 100 euros, but then sometimes it might take even longer. Yeah, overall, they're working again on this feature as well to improve. But once you understand that, you click I understand. And then here you have the transfer details. Like so many other banks, they're based in Lithuania, which seems to be a hotspot for fintechs and crypto exchanges alike. So that's good. They're part of European Union, so your funds are fairly safe over there. And yeah, of course, you can also do the crypto transfer. So there you can directly send your Bitcoins from another wallet. So that's what I'll do once my lockup period in crypto.com expires. I will send my Bitcoins. So I'll use the deposit address over here. I'll copy this, go into my crypto.com app in the wallet, and from there transfer it into that app, which will literally take a couple of minutes. And then I have my Bitcoins here with pretty much hardly any fees. Right, but obviously, as you can see, I already have some funds in here, so that's pretty straightforward. You can click also on trade over here. So from here, you can obviously buy, sell, convert, or boost. And we'll go into this in a second. Then you see this green icon over here. And that's something very unique to the platform. And that's basically the Nexo loyalty levels. Like some platforms, they charge you fees. Crypto.com, for example, they obviously have the different debit cards. Nexo has different loyalty levels. So it starts with the base, which basically anyone signing up will be a base member. And the membership is all around the Nexo token. So as most platforms, Binance has the Binance token, Crypto.com has the Kronos token, and Nexo has the Nexo token. So obviously they want to grow their native platform currency. So that's totally fine. And the idea is that a certain percentage of your total portfolio should be based in Nexo. So the higher holding a Nexo token is in percentage of your total portfolio, the higher you go up in the membership. And with that membership come different perks. So at the free level, obviously you see here what you get and the kind of benefits you will get in terms of interest rate and so on. So on cryptocurrency, you'll get 4% interest. You will even get interest on your fiat currency. So that's amazing. For example, I'll show you in a second. I have some euros now sitting there waiting to be invested. I'll always have a cushion of currency sitting there. So I don't have to wait 1-2 days and I can buy the dip immediately when I want. Even that, by sitting there every single day, I get interest paid on my fiat, which is unheard of in a bank. So that's really nice. You'll get a 1 free crypto withdrawal a month. So as I said, if I want to transfer my Bitcoin from another platform, usually they're going to charge you on this a small fee. Here, 1 time a month, it's free of charge. If you want to move up, you would have to have 1 to 5% Nexo basically, which is just like any other cryptocurrency coin, an old coin. You can buy that through the platform. They're now being listed in other platforms as well. So becoming more and more widespread. With that, you get higher benefits like 4.25% interest on your crypto. Now you get 2 crypto withdrawals. Yeah, so that's easy to move up. You just buy certain coins and immediately going to be upgraded in the app. You don't have to do anything. The app automatically upgrades you. Then you can move to gold, which means you hold 5 to 10% in Nexo coins. Once again, you will have higher benefits from it, 4.5% on cryptocurrencies and staking. So that's very interesting, and more withdrawals. And lastly, the highest level is platinum. So that means 10% or above of your entire holdings is based in Nexo coins. So as you can see over here, I currently hold 12.1% of my total portfolio in Nexo coins. That basically means, imagine you have 1,000 euros or dollars worth of Bitcoin in your portfolio. So you would need to hold at least 10%, meaning 100 euros or dollars in Nexo coins in order to qualify for the platinum level. So you have to answer yourself, is it worth it? Are you willing to take the risk? Because obviously the coin is less stable than a Bitcoin, right? There's slightly higher swings to it, even though recently it's been very much following Bitcoin prices. So for myself, I've seen the benefit and I'm willing to take the risk with a smaller position. 10% for me is still acceptable. And again, I'm gonna get a higher interest rate. I'm gonna get 5% on my cryptocurrency. Once I actually, I'll show you in a second, lock them up for longer, I will get up to 6%. But 5% means I can withdraw at any time and get 5%, and that's paid to me daily, even though it's calculated on an annual basis. And one more amazing thing that I've never seen on any other platform is the borrowing benefits, and I'll show you in a second. But basically, by being a platinum member, I can borrow at 0% cost against my cryptocurrency, and I'll get cash, money paid out to me against my crypto holdings, against my Bitcoin holdings, at 0% financing. So basically the exchange gives me free money that I can use and then just repay back whenever I want to. So unbelievable, and another reason why I love this app. So from here, let's go back to the dashboard. You have a few lines that you can see, obviously credit lines. So in the credit line, that's what I alluded to. That's a separate topic on its own, and I'll make a separate video on this, how I can borrow against it. But basically I can borrow up to $1,300 immediately and get it transferred to my Euro account and start using it because of my crypto securities that I have in the account. And that's incredible. I mean, imagine you have a house worth, I don't know, $500,000, let's say. To get a mortgage and money against it takes quite a while. It's easier in the US, but in Europe or other countries, it's very difficult to get money paid out against your mortgage. but here instantly without any approval, you can take money out of it. Then of course my favorite number to see is the interest earned. Now as I said, I just started recently, a couple of weeks ago, so that number is still fairly small, but the more I start using it and the more funds I'll be adding, this number obviously will go. And the beauty of it, it's compounding daily. So that's really nice. You can see here all the interest for all the currency that you're earning. So even as you can see over here, I'm right now holding Bitcoin, Nexo tokens and euros. If I go into Bitcoin, I can see here what I'm earning. I can see the interest breakdown. So if I click on this, I can basically see what I'm getting. Right now I'm on the flex term. So that means I get 5% on my Bitcoin, and that's available daily. And I love this because I don't want to be locked up. I don't know what I want to do. I might borrow against it. If it's locked up, you cannot borrow against it. So I really like to keep some portion of my Bitcoin holdings in the 5% program, and the other part of the holding I can put into my 6% portfolio, where I basically get 6% staking reward, though it's going to be locked up for 1 month, which is still better than at crypto.com. I had to lock it up for 3 months to get 6%. So 1 month is still much better, obviously. And you can also get additional bonus in 2% if you want to earn in Nexo. So that means you will get 8% if you lock it up for 1 month, but paid to you in Nexo token. Now, for me, I don't want to earn in Nexo, I want to earn in kind. So that's basically in the currency that you stake. So I always leave it earning in kind, but if you want to change it, you can change that. And from here, you can click, for example, on fixed terms, and I can see my active terms. So I still have one term, which is $1,000 in Bitcoin, which is locked up for 1 month, but I'm going to get 6%, and that's paid at the end of the term. All other payments are paid daily, which is amazing. So you can see previous terms, etc. As I said to you, even on my Euro account, I'm getting interest. So yeah, that's really amazing, and I always love seeing that first thing in the morning. Then you see obviously the markets, and you can add any number of accounts. I keep it to a minimum to the accounts I'm really invested in at the moment, but you know, if you wanted to add certain accounts, Solana or not, you can toggle it on or off. Other than that, you of course have news, and I must say it's quite good news. If you want to have an idea of what's happening in the markets, I really like that overview. So you have some really good articles on what's trending, on what's happening. And at the bottom here, see estimated total crypto holdings. You will see that number is lower than the number at the top, and that's basically because it says crypto holdings, and the top number includes your entire holdings, including your fiat reserve. From here you obviously have your settings. If you click on the top left, where you can see your overall settings. Once again, here you see the level you are at the moment. You have your ID verification. So once you sign up, definitely make sure all your IDs and addresses verified, and then you can start properly using the app. You have the vote feature soon, so I really like this. With your Nexo holder, you can vote on where the coin and platform is going, what things should be added. So that's coming soon, and it sounds really quite interesting. Of course, your account settings. If you want to do automatic collateral transfer, that's for the borrowing part. Again, I'll speak about it in a separate video, but basically if you have a loan and the value of the loan drops because crypto drops, they can start selling some of your crypto holdings to basically pay for the loan, or you cannot do this. And I will definitely not switch that on. I will pay myself with fiat money. Then, as I said, for the interest payouts, you can select to get it in kind. So in the cryptocurrency holding that you stake, or in Nexo, will you get a higher bonus, but you're going to be paid in Nexo. But I do prefer getting the money obviously paid in the native currency that I'm staking. In terms of security, that's also very good. You can have all the login information. You have two-factor authentication, which you should definitely always enable. You can see the last logins, and you can manage your wallet addresses to whitelist certain wallets address, so nobody can transfer to another wallet without you having it pre-approved. So overall, I feel really strong about the security. It seems very solid and at the forefront of what they're doing. App settings, so here definitely enable your biometric authentication. There's obviously some knowledge center, and you can learn more about cryptocurrencies down here. Here on the bell icon, you can see all what happened. Whenever you got interest payment or deposit was received, it will all come up over here, and very simple to see what happened exactly. So I quite like that at a glance to see what has been happening with your account. Right, so then we can move to wallet. So here you have all the wallets for all the various cryptocurrencies that you're holding. So right now, again, I'm only holding 2, but more will be added as my staking terms in crypto.com coming to an end. I will add my Ethereum and Polkadot and Polygon over here as well. Over here, once again, you can click the top right to see all your transactions and all that's been happening with your various wallets. So you can see I did the top up, then you can see I got interest payment on my Bitcoin. So if I click onto this, I can see the transaction ID, the interest breakdown, and yeah, very simple, very nice to see and use and track on what's happening. You can even export it as a CSV file to have it, for your taxes, what have you. And you can filter it for a specific coin. So yeah, really nice overview of what it is basically. And the referral bonus. So definitely, if you want to sign up, as I said, use the link in the description below. Both of us will benefit and get this nice perks by doing so. If I go into Bitcoin over here, you can see the two different things. So I have the market, once again, to kind of get an idea of what's happening with Bitcoin specifically. So anything pertaining to the development of the coin, of the prices, market caps, news specifically for Bitcoin, and then of course wallet. So that's my own wallet, what I'm having. And yeah, from here I can obviously top up, I can trade, I can withdraw, I can see how much credit I get against it, or my total interest earned. So really nice overview of my wallet specific for Bitcoin. So that's really nice. And I can click on manage wallet, and here I can see two parts. So I have my saving wallet, and then I have the credit line. So that's if I had borrowed against some of it, that would be locked up, and obviously I wouldn't be able to earn staking rewards on it because that's like the collateral that I'm using to borrow money against. But in my saving wallet, that's basically your staking rewards where you're getting money. This is how much I'm having there, and that's what I can be earning. So we've seen before, I have one fixed term in place, and the other thing is your interest breakdown. So once again, it shows you what kind of interest you'll be getting. I can transfer between the wallet if I wanted to send, one to the credit line or back from credit line to saving line. So you can do this from here. So yeah, honestly, very straightforward. Then on the big plus button over here, of course, once again, you can top up, as we spoke about, you can borrow against, and you can withdraw your Bitcoin. I can even withdraw my euros if I wanted to. I'll pop in the amount, let's say max amount. I put the country where I'm at and the country where I'm sending it to, and it withdraws, and literally it will come within a day. The same amount it takes to deposit, it also takes to withdraw, so just bear that in mind. But overall, a very smooth and straightforward process. Then something new they're planning on working on is the Nexo Card. So currently I'm still on the waiting list. So once the card comes out, it looks very promising. I think it's going to be similar to Crypto.com. The great thing here, you can actually earn either in Nexo or on Bitcoin. So every time you swipe and use your card, you can earn up to 2%. And that's really interesting because, after a while, my Crypto.com holding in Kronos coin, I'll reach a level where I don't want to earn much more. And so why would I keep on using this? I would rather earn in Bitcoin. With your Apple Pay, paying anywhere in the world, you can earn Bitcoin every time you use it. So quite interesting. So far, there hasn't been many people who have actually used it. So I'm still waiting to see what it's going to be. But quite interesting as a competitor to Crypto.com and their Visa debit card. And then we move to the exchange over here. That's basically very straightforward. If you want to exchange, for example, some of your Nexo into Bitcoin or vice versa, you can do that easily here. Booster, so that's basically leveraging your money or your crypto to buy more crypto. For example, if I use my euros, where I now have 1,500 over here, so I can do a 3 times leverage. So I would get that amount in Bitcoin. I could preview the exchange. I will see over here what I'm going to be getting. So basically they borrow money for me to buy more Bitcoin, which is great if I see the market going up, because then with less money I can buy more Bitcoin. Once the prices go up, I repay them and made a nice profit. But for me that's very risky because also the market can go down and then you owe the exchange money that you haven't even got. So a little bit risky for me, and I don't recommend people to use that because that can be very dangerous. I only prefer investing with money that I actually have, buy and hold over the long term. Right, so let's buy some Bitcoin because the prices are quite good at the moment, and yeah, definitely under 40,000, so I'm happy to buy some. So let's go into Bitcoin over here and obviously buy Bitcoin. I will not select my debit card, instead I will use my euros. Yeah, I will buy worth 1,300 euros. So that shows you the amount of Bitcoins you're going to be getting. And cashback, as I'm again a platinum member, I'm going to get 0.5% cashback on my transaction in Bitcoin. So you're not only going to get one of the best exchange rates out there, definitely much better than Coinbase or Crypto.com. So I really love that. Plus I'm going to get cashback on top of this because I'm a platinum member. So yet another reason to become that. That's why you see I have 1.5K in my account, but I want to use the other 200 euros to buy some Nexo token to stay at that level, because otherwise I would have a high amount in my Bitcoin now and less in my Nexo. So naturally my percentage would go down and I would get less benefits. So I always make sure I have enough to be over 10% in my Nexo holdings. So here you can see what I'm going to be getting. You can exchange this obviously. One Bitcoin at the moment is 37,000 euros. There's not going to be any fee. It's instantly, and that's the cashback I'm going to be getting. Look at this, looks all good to me. So let's go ahead and buy the Bitcoin. Boom, and there it is. Immediately it's there. Right, so now going back, you will see immediately my credit line went up to 2K because now I have more Bitcoin that I can borrow against it. And the total amount is obviously the same because I just converted some of my euros into it. But yeah, my crypto holdings went up to 5.6. And yeah, so definitely if I go into my Bitcoins, into my wallet, I will see now 5,000 worth of Bitcoin. Very smooth, very simple and straightforward process. So honestly guys, I can really recommend you the app. I'm using it myself. I'm going to be investing more and more funds in the future. They're safe, they're user friendly, they're going to grow in the future more and more, and they're going to give you some of the highest staking rewards out there, which for me is very important, especially as a buy and hold cryptocurrency investor. Getting this passive income paid to me every single day is just amazing. Plus the fact that I can borrow against it. So yeah, I really started loving the app more and more. But of course, I'm going to continue using Crypto.com, Coinbase, just to diversify my funds and not put all my eggs in one basket. Because hey, worst case, one of those apps or exchanges might get hacked. Touch wood, it won't. But at least I'm not going to lose all of my funds. Rather spread them across different platforms. So if you want to check them out, please use the link in the description below, and both of us will benefit in the process. Next up, you can check out the video over here, where I'm going to show you how you can get paid interest every single day on your euros through peer-to-peer lending. So that's really interesting. Stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.